What's up everybody, this is Vexar bringing you another Roleplay Gateway tutorial. This time we're going to focus on the very basics of our Roleplay Gateway chat. It's just going to be the OOC, the IC, and creating a character are going to be a completely different tutorial. So let's just dive into this. Click up here on the Roleplay Gateway chat tab. You'll see this little list right here that basically brings up any role plays that you are currently in. Automatically everybody's in the multiverse, so since this is probably your first visit to the chat or one of your first, just go ahead and click multiverse, and of course it brings you straight to our chat. First thing you'll notice most likely is that you can see some of the stuff that's already been said. This is to prevent confusion and walking in on awkward conversations, which are the best things to walk in on. Can't do it here, sorry, too bad. First we'll start off with the online users, of course, typical of any chat. However, you do have a few options already there, and you can also click other people's names to bring up their options. One thing you can always do is view profile, and this will just bring on their forum profile, and pretty simple there, self-explanatory. Other than that, we're not going to worry about IC or OOC, in character or out of character. You can list online users. There you go, awesome stuff. You can list your ignored users, available channels, roll dice, create private rooms, things like that. Some of the more important things would be, we'll just keep going on down here to the right. You have a couple of icons down here. One is your settings, and this allows you to turn things on and off, things like images if you don't want to see images, or if your computer's a little slow, you don't want to wait on things to load, you can do that. You just pretty much go through these one by one, easy enough. Another thing, if you're trying to speed your computer or your chat up some, is to limit the amount of messages that are stored right here. This scroll bar, you'll notice, gets smaller and smaller and smaller. You can do things like bring this down to half, say 500 or 100, and it reduces the amount of messages that are stored on your computer. Cool stuff, right? Yeah. To get back, you don't want to click that because you lose your user list. You want to click the actual little people icon right there, and it brings your user list. If you use a mobile phone or some really small device, or maybe you were crazy and got the iPad, you idiots, turn the user list off. Makes things a little easier to navigate. Pretty awesome stuff. Another thing, we'll keep moving on over this way. You've got your typical chat box. Whatever you say. Yeah, you just hit enter, or you can click speak. Easy enough either way. Then you've got a list of options, and if you hover over them, you'll see exactly what they do. Note that these are bulletin board codes, so these work on the forum just the same as they do the chat. So, you gotta bold something. You can highlight it and click it. Italics, you can just click it and type in it. Want something to stand out, underline. And once again, highlight, click. Cool deal, right? And another thing to note before we actually hit enter is the final icon down here. You can hit this and it will stop your chat from automatically scrolling. If it's moving a bit fast for you, this is great because you can scroll at your own pace. Granted, you'll respond at your own pace as well, but you notice that the scroll bar does not move from its location. This is good to try and copy and paste things. So if things are moving too fast for you to copy and paste, and you want to try and quote, all you have to do, hit quote, whatever you're trying to do, and there you go. It'll come up nice, awesome little quotes that come separate from your text. And then the final command we'll go ahead and go over real quick is the code display. If you're trying to show new users, even though you might be a new user, how to do stuff like actions or ignoring, you can sit there and say /ignore or whatever, and it won't actually do the command. Enter. Confuse some people, play some mean jokes, and obviously don't forget to hit the freaking play button. Yay, we're back down there. Yeah, that's right, exactly. Now the final three are ones you don't want to spam like crazy. One is to clean up the links. If you hit, let's say, wow, check this out. You're trying to show something off. You have the link for it. You can hit the URL button once you've highlighted it. Type in the link or copy and paste the link, whatever you needed to do to get the link in there. Throw it at your screen. Please don't do that. You'll break your screen. If you're stupid enough to try that, you should not be here. Hit enter or click OK. And then enter again. And it turns it into this awesome little link. Makes it easy for people to read. And it also makes it easy for screen readers to pick it up. Another thing is image. Pretty much the same thing. You can type in the URL or copy and paste the URL to the image. URL is this, anything that begins with that HTTP. Please don't spam that though. You spam it, you get removed from the chat pretty fast. And then of course, font color for those of you that like the crazy rainbow, insane stuff. Or if you want to try and send hidden message, yeah, that's right, you can choose white. And nobody can see what you're saying unless they highlight it, of course, then we get exactly what you're saying. So not really that hidden. Turn it back to whatever color you want. You can change the colors, cool stuff like that. Other than that, you have help. Brings up a cool list of the rest of the commands that I don't have time to go over, really. And a lot of in-character commands. And then, of course, summon moderator. Instead of fighting back and forth between people, you can just summon a moderator. They'll get in there, mediate things, help you out, or call you stupid and leave. Probably the latter. I would do the latter. It's so much more fun. Other than that, if you really do get into a lot of arguments with certain users, don't forget the ignore command. Very, very useful. So now we can add people to our ignore. You can always unignore them by going through your options up here. You can list ignored users, click their name, and click ignore or accept, and it'll remove them. If they happen to still be online, you can always click their name right there and ignore and accept. Anyways, that's about it. Hope y'all enjoyed. If you have any suggestions for new videos, go ahead and send those suggestions my way. You can reply in a comment, send me a PM on Roleplay Gateway, or just yell really, really loud at your computer. Later.